Hi, I'm Daniel Foley from Foley Health and Fitness. And in this video, I want to talk to you about some simple things you can do to have more abundant health. Because that's what we're really all after, is to look and feel more alive and to have more abundant health. So let's talk about one of the most important things when it comes to having abundant health, which is your daily routine. You know, there's a quote that says, success is a habit, really. Okay, so we're talking about your daily routine. What are the things that you do habitually on a daily basis? Because those are the things that happen automatically. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been driving around in a car and all of a sudden you realize you weren't even paying attention. Your body was just driving out of habit. It was driving automatically. Well, sometimes our days can get away from us as well, and it leads to poor health sometimes. So your days are either working for you or they're working against you when it comes to your health. So let's talk about something, I think a very powerful thing that you can do when it comes to your health. But first I gotta start with a little story, which is, if you've ever seen the movie Groundhog Day, you've seen these movies where someone wakes up and they're reliving the same day over and over again. And so they go through the day, and the day doesn't usually go that well. Usually the movie is a day that doesn't go that well, and they start to make adjustments. They start to do things differently. Maybe they go out and spend all their money, or maybe they go out and eat a whole bunch of junk food, or maybe they start to really build their relationships with people. Whatever it is, they start to make changes until they finally figure it out and they get it right, and then all of a sudden they're kicked into a new day. Well, I think the same thing can happen to us a lot of times. Sometimes we get stuck in a bad pattern, in a bad rut, and we're just reliving the same day over and over and over again. So here's a simple exercise I want to show you that I think can maybe kick you out of that pattern, kick you out of that rut, because if you're in that rut and you're going the wrong way, you don't want to be in that pattern. So how do we get out of it and get into a better pattern? So let's talk about this self-reflection. Here's what I want you to do. At the end of the day, I want you to sit down with a pen and paper or a journal, and I want you to look at these 7 areas of your health. So we talk about, with abundant health, the system we use, there's 7 components, 7 pieces of abundant health. These are the 7. I want you to look at these 7 areas, and if you had to relive the day all over again, if you were just stuck in a cycle and you're reliving that day over and over again, what adjustments would you make? What adjustments would you make in your mindset? Maybe you snapped at some people and you got angry, or you got bitter, or you're not wanting to forgive people, or whatever it is. Maybe you had a good day with your mindset. Maybe you're just fearful and worried and stressed all day long. What would you change in your mindset? Write it down, make some notes. Nutrition. How was your diet today? Look back at the day. How did I do? How did I really eat? If I was going to go forward tomorrow and I'm stuck in that day over and over again, what kind of results would it give me if I ate that diet that I ate today, every day? Next thing, and make some notes on that. What would you change in your nutrition? If you were reliving that day over again, what would you do differently? Joint health. Are your joints hurting? And if so, did you do anything about it? Did you take any steps to improve the way your joints feel? Even if they're feeling good, did you do some stretching? Did you do something to make your joints feel better today? Look at your joints. Write it down, make some notes. Sleep and energy. Did you get to bed on time? Did you wake up on time? Did you have good energy? Did you maybe take a few minutes to sit down and be still and regroup and get some clarity for your thoughts for the rest of the day? How productive were you for the day? What adjustments would you make to your sleep and to your energy over the previous day if you could? Next thing, fitness. How was your exercise today? How did you do? Did you have a good workout? Did you work out at all? Did you have an unproductive workout? Were you just kind of going through the motions? If you had to redo it all again, you were living that day over and over, what would you do differently with your fitness? Next thing, body composition. So body composition, some people may not know that term, but it's really just your body fat, your tape measurements, how your clothes fit. You know, part of it is scale weight, but that's not the whole picture. So if you had a lot of weight to lose, you know, it's kind of a combination of some of these areas, but was there anything you would have done differently to improve the way your body looks, so to speak? Maybe it was taking some tape measurements. Maybe you were scared to get on the scale because you didn't want to see what it said, or whatever it is. What would you have done differently in that area? And finally, overall health. What are some things you could have done to improve your overall health? Maybe you've been constipated for several weeks. What could you have done to improve that? Maybe you could go get your teeth cleaned. Maybe you could wash your hands. Maybe you could wash your feet. Whatever it is, what could you have done to improve your overall health? And so what I want you to do every day, here's my challenge for you. Every day for a week, sit down and evaluate yourself. What would I do differently? And what you're going to see is a lot of times I'm making the same mistakes over and over and over again because they become habit. And so if you ever want to have abundant health, and you're not there yet, you're going to have to develop a new set of habits. And so we're going to have to kick you into a new set of habits so that you break that pattern and you jump into a new day like we see in the movie, so to speak. And so if you're in that pattern, we got to do something to break it and get out of it. Now, if you want help with this, if you just don't know where to start, we have a special offer where you can come in and sit down with us and we'll go through 7 free workouts with you. And when I say free, that's it. It's free. No catch. We want you to come in and experience it, see what it's like, because we believe we have a good program and we can really help you. So come in, try it out, 7 free workouts, and then we'll go from there.